equivalent to 600 years. And,
Say it again, sorry, say it again. I didn't catch it. Sorry.
if you read in the Old Testament,
Yeah.
the God of Adam and Eve
Yeah.
went onto a crusade for 5 generations, which is equivalent to 600 years.
Okay.
Destroying nations after nations, and leaving some of his disciples in each nation. Like what you see happening in Israel today. They're not people. Well, they are people, but they're not people.
I don't believe
They
in
don't
a
have any. They don't have. They
I don't
don't
believe in a
have.
country called Israel, by the way.
They do. They don't. There are those that walk among us that is lacking completely of any emotion.
Of course,
They have no compassion.
Innocent people, they are following the Old Testament. That's why I say to you, look, what the Old Testament mentions about the prophets and God, there's a lot of lies against prophets of God and against God.
Well, they're not following the Old Testament. They're the one that gave us the Old Testament.
But they are following the Old Testament as well.
Well, they're not following it.
No, because the Old Testament teaches you to kill the Arabs who are the Malachites and to genocide them. And that's what the Netanyahu, the terrorist, is doing in Gaza, killing innocent people, you know. And this the problem here we have here in the world, that how come we're not standing against this evil terrorist Netanyahu who is killing innocent people in Gaza. People are justifying, now the Western world are justifying by saying, you know what, yeah? The Western world, I mentioned that before, they fall into hypocrisy. How? When ISIS will come in and kill innocent people, the Western world, they will call them terrorists, and they are terrorist ISIS, no doubt about that. And we say that, not because the Western world said
And who do you think created them?
Of course, the Western world, no doubt, America, the United States. You know, the United States created them. Anyway, so,
You like that one?
United Snakes.
yes.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah, the United States created them. But what I'm saying now, they never said, you know what, you know, these people, maybe they have a reason for attacking us because we went to Iraq or to Syria. They won't accept no justification from ISIS. Likewise, you should not accept no justification from Netanyahu, who is killing innocent people, women and children in Gaza.
I think one of the things that we need to look at and try to figure out or ask a question about is that from the beginning of this planet, there has always been war. There is approximately
Between good and evil.
There is approximately now going on about 30, 40 wars that is not spoken of. So what do they achieve by wars?
No, there's two types of war. There's a blameworthy war and a praiseworthy war. In the Quran, there's a praiseworthy war. In the Quran, the war was legislated to remove oppression and establish justice. So to answer your question, why there was a war? The war was there to achieve justice and remove oppression. That's why in the Quran, Allah rebuked those who indulge in war for the sake of arrogance and for the sake of wealth.
I'm going to leave you now, but I'm going to tell you this. The reason for wars is to create suffering. And just a sec, well, I'm just saying to you.
Not all the time, not all the time. عليكم السلام حبيبي. الله يعزك. بارك الله فيك حبيبي.
صافي.
بارك الله فيك.
I'm saying this is what I know. Yeah. It creates suffering, and that suffering is food for some people on this planet.
You're right. I agree. There's some war, no doubt about that.
You just told me that it's not true. Right?
No, there's two types of war. I said there's a praiseworthy war and a blameworthy war. Not all the wars are forced to cause suffering. Rather, Islamic war to remove suffering.
If you go
Islamic
out,
war to remove suffering.
Well, if it's to remove suffering,
Yeah.
and Islam is so powerful,
Yeah.
tell me something. Why is Israel allowed to abuse the Palestinians as they do, and the Israel and your people don't get involved?
Because Prophet Muhammad told us, you know, you asked me a question to prove to you again, objectively, what Islam is the truth. What's happening now to our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world, Prophet Muhammad told us about it. He told us when the Muslims, all the Muslims, when we turn away from our religion and we start following the footsteps of the nations before us, then Allah will send down humiliation upon us. So what you see now, Prophet Muhammad told us about it already. Alayhi salatu wasalam, he said that will happen. And sometimes it's a test, because sometimes Allah will test people by giving them power to see how they're going to utilize the power. You understand?
You see Allah as a man, don't you?
No, Allah's not a man.
No, I say you see him as a man.
I see who?
Allah.
Allah's not a man. No, Allah laysa kamithlihi
Well, you must
shay.
be, because you're saying that he tests us and he's given us this.
No, in Arabic language, when you use the word he, doesn't mean a man, because in Arabic language...
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that you say Allah will give this, He will test that
Yeah,
person,
we'll
or He
test
will
us,
test that person.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that men does.
No. The man does, Allah does that too. I mean, if a man says, doesn't mean Allah doesn't do it. Like a man see and Allah see.
You have the wrong
That's it.
perception of God.
No, you do. Because
Me?
I have it from God.
Okay, let me tell you this. What I know about God.
Before what do you know about God? Who did you get it from?
I'm not going to say that.
That's why we get it from.
That's the most important.
Well,
That's
who
the
knows?
most
Who
important.
knows? Who knows? In the summer, when I come here again,
Inshallah.
I might be able to tell. I might feel the
Yeah.
need to tell you.
You know what you're gonna
Right
say?
now, I
You're gonna be
don't
Muslim.
feel.
You're gonna come up with jihad, inshallah. You're gonna be Muslim,
I don't
inshallah.
feel the need to do that.
You need to.
What I do know is this. In my heart,
Yeah.
this is my perception of life. I believe that all of us can live a life of love, peace, harmony, and balance.
That's in theory,
I think-
but not in reality. In theory,
Well,
that's what you love, what you like. But in theory,
whatever.
that's not realistic.
You go to school to learn education.
No, uncle, we have to be realistic. That's what Islam teaches you, to be realistic. In theory and our dreams, yes, everyone together, love. But in reality, there's many people out there who are evil, who doesn't want to accept people who have different beliefs, who have a different background. Understand that? So Islam teaches us. Well, I'll finish. I will leave you with this because have you studied the history of Islam in Andalus?
No.
You know Andalus? Andalusia, where the Muslims ruled Spain and Portugal and part of France for nearly 900 years. So the Muslims, they were an authority, and the Christians and the Jewish people, they were under them. You see how they lived in harmony. Based upon what? Based upon the Islamic teaching.
You could not have lived, just a second, you could not have lived in harmony.
We could,
Just a second.
Uncle, you can't
Because look, if you're going to be honest, your religion invaded Spain.
No, my religion never invaded Spain. Because now, if you go, there's a history. Yeah, you don't know.
You asked him, do you know Andalusia? You said you don't know it, and now you're telling him that Muslims invaded Spain.
Well, I know that Muslims invaded Spain.
No, that's incorrect.
I know that the British, after a period of time, I think it was 1,000 years or something like that. I know that the British chased them out of
If you study,
But I'm not here, and my interest is not what you do. My interest, all that I'm interested in is
no, but
the
Uncle,
good
I have
side
to
of
correct you.
everything.
No, I have to
I
correct
have
you.
no interest in
Uncle, I have to correct you. Go do research. There's many research from non-Muslims, historians in Spain. Now there were not long ago.
But you look like Spaniard.
I have Spanish in me, yeah, Andalusian in me, yeah.
Well, yes.
Yes. So what we say to you, I'm from North Africa, by the way. So we're all together. We were one before. Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Mauritania. You know, the point here that there's many manuscripts discovered where the indigenous people of Spain, they were seeking help from the Muslim leaders, and guess the Germans, because the Germans came to Spain, the Christians one. Anyway, do your history, inshallah. Take care of yourself, uncle. Have a good day. Take care. It's expected.
Yes, yes.
Inshallah, خويا. كيف الحال؟ لاباس؟ الحمد لله.